Hey fellow space explorers, it's Angry Turtle and today I have a quick video for you with my favorite graphic settings after the latest update enabling DLSS. The gear I'm using, it's GeForce, as you can see on the screen, RTX 3080 and Intel i7 10700KF, 10700KF. That's the gear that supports the game, and look at that after latest update. There is a clear improvement already. I played with options, so first I will show you how it looks like. That's how it runs in area that is a GPU bound. So as you can see, my GPU utilization is really high, frame rates consistently above 60. It is possible to push it higher, but I want a balance. I want as good graphic quality as it's possible while keeping 60 FPS or higher. So I could go above 100 FPS, even up to 140, but graphics were not looking good at all. And here, as you can see, it looks perfect. It's absolutely brilliant how the graphics look like. Now, in daylight scenario and CPU bound, that's the game in the daylight. We are heavily CPU bound here. That's the city. New Atlantis, that's the big city. It looks amazing. But because there is so much stuff and that's a creation engine, you will be heavily CPU bound. Even though if you take a look on CPU utilization, it's like 70%, it does not matter, as basically the required performance from several single cores is way higher than any CPU can provide when we talk about the creation engine. So here, CPU utilization will be a problem. You will need even more powerful CPU to run it with higher frame rates, but I am getting close to 60. So that's really good. As well, if you are looking for this new thing that's called frame generation, it's only available from Nvidia GeForce 40 series, so I cannot use it. So those are all real frames. There is no extra frame generation. But as you can see, the graphic, the quality, I would say it's perfect. Now, what are my settings? So for my display settings, of course, full screen, borderless full screen, and dynamic resolution. I was playing with that. I don't know if it's doing anything. I was switching it off and on. No difference in performance, no difference that I can notice on the screen. Render resolution scale, I found out that 75% is perfect for me. I don't like if it goes lower. Putting it higher, over 80%, basically removes most of the benefits from running DLSS. So that's perfect for me. I keep brightness as is, contrast as is. Other setting custom as shadow quality. As you know from Bethesda games, that's a heavy one. So I have it on medium to save a lot of performance without any noticeable degradation in quality of the shadows. There is slight difference, but you really need to focus. Indirect lighting that do not really affect performance from my testing, so ultra, reflections high, particle quality, this is slightly reduced, so I don't have any drops in combat, so medium. Volumetric lighting medium, I don't see much difference if I bump it up, so I'm saving a little bit for performance. Crowd density medium, it saves a little bit of CPU and it's easier to navigate in cities. To be honest, I don't like more than medium crowd. Motion blur, that's personal preference. I like it low, so just a little bit. Then ultra for GTAO quality and grass quality ultra. If your graphic card is weaker, dropping that will give you some extra frames, especially in open areas. Then contact shadows medium, I don't notice much difference going higher than medium. Dropping lower than medium on anything, it's noticeable, so I don't recommend dropping below medium. Then VSync must be off for DLSS. Upscaling, of course, on DLSS, Nvidia graphic card, so DLSS. I keep it on auto. There are other presets, but I notice auto and then I'm buffing this up, as auto will set it at like 60 something percent. I then move it manually to 75% while setting on auto. ultra performance and so on, and performance and ultra performance preset that is available here, it's very noticeable drop in quality. So I recommend keeping it on auto. Ultra quality, unfortunately, drop in the frame rates is significant and not really much improvement to the quality. So auto with manually switching render resolution scale to 75% gives me this perfect scenario. I do not recommend low latency. The game, in my opinion, feels less smooth, not more smooth. So I like it off. Maybe in competitive gaming it would take place, but that's a single player. I recommend off. Sharpening a little bit, 33%. I don't like it over sharpened, so that seems to be perfect for my preference. I was just setting it on different level, doing screenshots and comparing them, which one feels good for me. So I end up with 33%. Then VRS on grain intensity. I don't like the film grain. I have it at 0, but that's a personal preference. You know what the film grain is? Those little black dots popping on the screen and moving around, flickering. I don't like it. I don't like it. And depth of field, I have it on. Feels more real. It's personal preference. On, off, up to you. That doesn't really affect any performance. So that's how it runs with all the settings. I feel like it's great. After the latest improvements, with the beta patch, with DLSS added, it's great. And that's the worst case scenario. Like, that's in the city, where my graphic card is no longer helping me and my CPU is a problem. And there is one bug that I noticed, but I don't know if there is a fix for it. If I use Chameleon and crouch, so you can see there is this flickering. There is this flickering. It's even more visible if I look towards the water. There's this pixelation and flickering. I did not notice that before the patch, and now it's here. I can disable DLSS. I can change settings. It's still here, as you can see. I don't know how to fix it at this moment. Regardless what settings I change, it's there. Lowest quality, highest quality, it's always there. So I do hope my settings will be helpful for you. Let me know what gear are you using and how is the game running for you. That's what I have in here. And now, as always, thank you a lot for watching and see you all in the next one.